Hi there, this is Chris Lemon, the Studio Manager for the Digital Animation Center. I just wanted to talk to you briefly today to tell you about the solutions that I implemented to allow the DAC students to continue to succeed in the animation program, even while working remotely. The two most important things that I wanted to ensure were that the students still had access to the hardware and software that they need to continue their classwork, and that the students had access to the support from myself and the Lab Manager team that they've come to know and expect from the animation department. In order to accomplish that first goal, we decided to give the students remote access to the lab workstations from home. Over the first week, we tested out a few different solutions, and ultimately, we settled on using Microsoft Windows Remote Desktop. The main problem with this solution is that there's no way for the students to know which computers are available and which computers are currently logged into by other students. So I set off to try to find a way to allow the students to have this kind of visibility. With the help of Jeremy Brown, I wrote a script that runs automatically when a user logs in or logs out, or when the computer starts up or shuts down. And all of this information about the computer's state gets logged to a database and gets shared with a Google Sheet that the students have access to. You can see an example version of that spreadsheet here. Using red, green, and gray icons, you can at a glance see which computers are available to be logged into and which computers are currently logged into by another user. I'll show you an example of how this connection process works. Let's say that I wanted to log into this computer, 61. I can actually just copy the name of the computer, open the Windows Remote Desktop app, paste the name of the computer into this field, and click Connect. The student will then be presented with this login box, which they'll log into using their university credentials. The student will then be logged on to the remote computer, and it will be as if they were sitting in front of the computer in our labs. One of the important factors that helped me settle on Windows Remote Desktop is its ability to send pressure sensitivity information across to the remote session from tablets and Cintiqs. This is important for programs such as ZBrush, Photoshop, and Substance Painter. The ability to have pressure sensitivity in a program such as ZBrush is important so that you can have varying degrees of strength and intensity as you sculpt across the surface, like this. Once the student is done working, they will proceed to sign out of Windows from the Start menu. This will automatically update their computer status in the spreadsheet mentioned before. Lastly, I'd like to show you a little bit about how the students can still request support. I have set up a Google form that the students can fill out online, and when they click Submit, the information gets sent to myself and my team of lab monitors in a Lab Monitor Slack group specifically designed for this help support. You can see a few examples here of students that have recently requested support over the past few days. While the students who are requesting support can't see this directly, this just helps me and my Lab Monitor team to keep a log and a history of who we've helped and when we helped them. The student who's requesting support will be presented with a Zoom link upon completing the Google form. This will connect them to a Zoom session where myself and the current Lab Monitor will be hanging out waiting to support students in whatever their needs may be.